Mary, I want to try something. I'm going to ask you a question in English. Answer it as fast as you can. No thinking.
Ready.
What color is your front door?
White.
What did you have for breakfast?
Oatmeal with blueberries.
Perfect. Now, how does the geopolitical situation in Eastern Europe affect global grain prices?
Well, it is... Wait, my brain just started smoking.
Exactly. For the door, you just saw it and said it. But for the grain prices, your brain started a massive construction project. You thought of the answer in your native language, you searched for the English vocabulary, you checked the grammar, and then you tried to speak.
It's exhausting. It feels like my brain is running two marathons at the same time.
That is the translation loop. And today, we are going to show you how to flip the switch and stop translating forever.
Welcome to LeapTalk English. I'm Mary.
And I'm Albert. If you've ever felt brain fog or mental fatigue after a short English conversation, this episode is your cure.
Part 1. The translation loop versus the direct path.
Most learners think fluency is about knowing more words, but at the B2 level, it's actually about how you access the words you already have.
Imagine two paths in your brain. Path A, the loop, concept, native language, English word, speech.
Path B, the switch, concept, English word, speech.
Path A is a traffic jam. Path B is a highway. The problem is that your brain is lazy, in a good way. It wants to go back to what is comfortable, your native language.
So how do we force the brain to take path B? We have to starve the native language.
Part 2. The three-step switch experiment.
We have 3 specific exercises for you to try this week.
Step 1. Monolingual labeling. Don't just look at a table and think table. Look at the table and think of 3 English adjectives: sturdy, wooden, messy.
Why does that work? Because your native language doesn't have time to interfere. By the time you've found 3 adjectives, you've occupied your whole language center with English. You've locked the door so your native language can't get in.
Step 2. The guess the word game. This is my favorite. If you forget a word, never look it up in a bilingual dictionary during a conversation.
But what if I really need the word?
Describe it. If you forget the word colleague, say the person I work with at the office. When you do this, you are training your brain to stay inside the English bubble. The second you look at a translation, the bubble pops.
Step 3, the 5-minute summary. At the end of your day, spend 5 minutes talking to yourself. But here is the rule. You cannot use a single word of your native language. If you get stuck, use simpler English. Just keep the English engine running without stopping for a translation break.
Part 3. The word tour. The language of thinking.
To do this, you need specific thinking words, words that help you bridge the gap while your brain is switching gears. Let's look at today's word tour.
1. Interfere. To get in the way of something.
Example: my native language keeps interfering when I try to speak English.
2. Fatigue. Extreme tiredness.
Example: mental fatigue is the biggest sign that you are translating too much.
3. Bypass. To go around something instead of through it.
Example: to think in English, you need to bypass your native language entirely.
4. Concept. An abstract idea or a mental picture.
Example: connect the English word directly to the concept, not the translation.
5. Spontaneous. Happening naturally and suddenly without being planned.
Example: thinking in English makes your speech more spontaneous and less robotic.
Part 4. Closing the loop.
Albert, do you think anyone can flip the switch? I do, but it's not a one-time thing. It's a muscle. The first time you try to monolingual label your room, it will feel slow. The 50th time, it will be automatic.
And that is the secret. Fluency isn't a destination, it's a habit of bypassing the translation.
Before we go, we want to hear from you. What is the one word or phrase that always triggers a translation in your head? For me, it was always numbers. I always translated numbers for years.
Tell us yours in the comments. We read every single one.
I'm Albert.
And I'm Mary. Keep your switch turned on.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.